possible rework for Roadhog Leak this week. Is this the real thing? Let's find out. Hey guys, I'm Dimsy from the Omnic Post with an update on Overwatch stuff. I am alive. In case you missed my community post, I started out the new year with a nice case of what only can be described as winter sucks. My voice still has a bit of an Optimus Prime sound to it, and I do still break out in these random fits of enraged coughing, but other than that, I'm doing a lot better. Sorry. In any case, that's why there were so few videos this week. But on to the topic for this video. Roadhog. Our pig-shaped friend is up for a nerf. And according to a lot of people, the sooner the better. But due to technical reasons, we'll have to wait till the mid-cycle patch, somewhere in January, to see those nerfs come to fruition. On top of that, the team had already hinted that they're considering a slight rework for Roadhog. And lo and behold, this week, leaked patch notes popped up, and they outline a whole new kit of abilities. Isn't that an interesting coincidence? Look, like I always say, any leak should be met with a healthy dose of criticism. You know, the proverbial pinch of salt. So let's do just that, shall we? Let's have a look. First off, some general remarks as a visual designer. These icons need more padding, really. I'm getting all claustrophobic just looking at these icons. Second, Blizzard always puts the developer notes before the actual changes, not somewhere behind. And third, what in the Comic Sans is up with that font? That might just be a rendering issue. So yeah, not a good start. But let's dive into the actual notes. Head hit volume size decreased by 12%. Alright Beetlejuice, if you say so. Let's just move on. Scrapgun. Roadhog's primary weapon remains unchanged, but it now has two firing modes. A single shot mode and a burst mode. The burst mode fires 3 shots in quick succession, but has a longer reload time and a slightly reduced accuracy. So they basically replaced the medium range shot with this new burst shot. My first question is, why? It does not fix any of his current issues. It doesn't really fit his style. I mean, there's not a single thing that Roadhog does fast. Nothing. Even his ult sounds like it is in slow motion. And how do you work out the ammo on this? He has 5 shots in a clip, 3 shots in a burst. That leaves you with 2 shots after a burst. So you shoot 2 of your main shots and basically you'll drop the reload penalty? I don't know. You know, the math doesn't make any sense. And if I'm the one that needs to point out that the math does not make any sense, well, let's just move on. Chain toss. Roadhog throws his chain at a target location, dealing damage to any enemies caught in the area of effect. The chain then returns to Roadhog, pulling him towards the location it landed. I do like the idea of him tossing out a heavy chain and doing some area of effect damage. Almost like he's throwing an anchor or something. Kablam! But the second part... Look, Widowmaker can get away with a grappling hook. Because, well, she used to be a ballerina, she is elegant. Roadhog is not. Roadhog pulling himself towards enemies would be the complete opposite. A nightmare. Whoever thought of this really needs help. And besides all that, it is a very good way to end up back in the spawn room instantly. He does not have any survivability in this leaked setup at all. They removed his take a breather and gave him nothing in return. Well, except for the smaller head that is. Like I said, I do like the idea of throwing a chain and having it do AoE damage on impact. That is, if they find a way to aim with that thing. And you know, calling it back could actually do more damage or stun anyone that is still around. It could be something to look into. But the way this is set up, with the leap and no. Next up, Junk Storm. Roadhog unleashes a whirlwind of junk, damaging and knocking back any enemies caught in the storm. He can move while using this ability, but the movement speed is slowed. So it's a slow version of the Junker Queen's ult? I don't know. But again, how would you survive this? And then last but not least, Hog Wild. Because calling it Wild Hog would have made too much sense. Or it was Yoda that was actually in charge of naming these abilities. Roadhog's ultimate ability is now called Hog Wild, and it allows him to temporarily transform into a giant, unstoppable hog. While in this form, Roadhog's movement speed is increased, and he can charge through enemy players, dealing massive damage and knock back to anyone he hits. I don't know, for some reason these people want Roadhog to move a little more. He yeets himself towards the enemies, runs around dressed like a tornado, or stampedes his way to the enemy team. And if you think about it, that Junk Storm and Hog Wild are basically the same ability. But one is faster than the other, and includes less junk. Roadhog does have some beach ball-like physics to him. We've all seen it. So having him belly toss people around does sound on brand. But this is a little overboard. In the end, this kid does nothing to help him survive, and it forces him to actively jump in the middle of the enemy team at every occasion. Yeah, sure, in Overwatch 2 the tanks are brawlers, but let's not push it too far. Yeah, I think you might have figured out my opinion on these leagues by now. Let me put it this way, we might need a little more than just a pinch of salt. Maybe a truckload of salt. You know what? How about we drain the Dead Sea and dump this puppy in there? By the way, I look forward to reading your comments on this video if this eventually turns out to be true. But nah, it seems that someone was kind of bored after the holidays. They were most likely torn between keeping up with their good intentions and going to the gym, or to troll some people over at Reddit. I guess they chose the second one and had some fun with it. In my opinion, the actual rework will have a lot less of an impact than this league does. I mean, I can't see them changing the chain, because on one hand it is a really good tool to deal with flankers, but on the other hand, it's also like shooting a fly with a cannon. And I don't see them touching his survivability, or his weapon skills for that matter. Apart from tuning some numbers, of course. Now tell me, do you think that this leak is real? And in case you do, are you drunk? Let me know in the comments. Join me during my streams on twitch.tv/DamesIsTV and make sure to subscribe for more updates on Overwatch.